Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Gaming with Glare. This is episode 46. We're closing in on an important landmark, which is in about 6 weeks, I'll hit a year of posting these videos on a weekly basis. Well, it'll be a year and a week. I took that week off when I had COVID, but we don't talk about that. That was a rough time. We got through it, though, and we are on the tail end of a pretty cool expansion. I really liked Castle Nathria with the new expansion coming somewhat soon. I'm sort of on a lookout for cool new decks. I tried some big Shaman. I might feature a game of that in this video if I have two successful games with the Secret Mage. Maybe I'll put a game with the big Shaman I've been playing. That deck is fun, but it's a high roller deck, right? Like anyone who's played big Shaman or now Big Priest knows that if you get the goods, it's a really good deck, and if you don't, it's kind of rough. I have my build for that. It's been doing pretty well on ladder. This is my build for Secret Mage. Pretty pleased with it. I've cut a lot of the cards I think people would consider core, such as biggest one is Sage. I think it costs 6 mana always, and that's too expensive for the deck. If you look at the way I've built it, everything costs 4 or less. Because Contract Conjurer costs 0 and Cabal Crystal Runner costs 0 or 2 if you're drawing them at the right time. So this is a tempo deck. It's not. It is Secret Mage, right? It's the 30 cards people are running, plus or minus a few. But this version is very focused on tempo and building a board. Weak matchups are we're weak into Mildred. We are weaker into 40 card decks than we are into 30 card decks is a general rule. So Mildred, 40 cards, pretty rough. Reno Priest, 40 card, pretty rough. Anything else? I mean, anything aggressive, we Flame Ward and Chatty Bartender them out of existence. I don't run Flak Mage for space. Card that I am running that a lot of people don't is Shivering Sorceress. I think the card's really busted. 1 mana 2/2 with upside is pretty good in any deck that can make use of that tempo. So I do run that card from the top. I'm running KgXboQUA, that's a must run. Shivering Sorceress I think is a really good card in the deck. Ancient Mysteries is a must run. Anonymous Informant has really become a must run. It's a very good card. Mad Scientist I think is a core card to the deck. I mean, most people run 2, some run 1. I haven't seen anybody cut it fully that I've noticed that they were running Secret Mage and just never found Mad Scientist or like don't run it in their deck. I think it's pretty core to the deck. Medivh's Valet, really, really strong card. Sketchy Stranger has kind of outperformed or overperformed what I expected from it. Just always picking a Paladin spell and getting a Contract Conjurer consistently on turn 3 is really good. Counterspell, I'm running 1 copy. That's for Druid and Big Priest specifically. Explosive Runes is just really, really good. Flame Ward, I'm teching for Pirate Rogue. I'm pretty low rank right now. I'm like 1200. Not 1200. What am I right now? I was like 1150, but I climbed some. I was playing Shadow Priest today, but I featured that list last week, so I didn't want to feature it again. Anyway, so Flame Ward, Objection, really, really strong counter spell for minions. We have Rigged Fair Game, core to the deck. Chatty Bartender has really again outperformed or overperformed what I expected. Personally, I knew it was going to be good, but it's so good, right? It's just like an Omega upgraded Arcane Flak Mage. I knew it was going to be coming into the set, but it is so good. Fireball is my burn. I don't like running Cloud Prince. I think it's weaker than Medivh's Valet certainly, and we have Chatty Bartender and Fireball that can both go face in the 4 cost slot. I think those are better cards for the deck because you are trying to carve out really low. Sometimes you went on 5, so like Medivh's Valet plus like a reduced cost Fireball with Shivering Sorceress can just finish a game. Anything that's based on Warlock hero power can get punished by having fireballs as well. And I see a bit of Mechathune right now, Mechathune Warlock. So Contract Conjurer, best card in the deck, maybe the best card from the new expansion. It's kind of strong praise, but it's very, very good. I think it's the best card in the deck. Certainly better than 80% of the cards. Trying to look, what's better? KgXboQUA might be better if you always were to get KgXboQUA plus Rigged Fair Game. Because it's 1 mana, draw 3, and set up a secret they have to interact with. But Contract Conjurer, if you get 2 of them down or 1 of them in a Cabal Crystal Runner against pretty much any deck that can't deal with that, you win the game. And then Cabal Crystal Runner is just, you know, a stock card. It's worse than Contract Conjurer, but I still run 2 copies because both together are better than just Contract Conjurer. And if you can find 4 of the above with Contract Conjurer times 2 and Contract Conjurer times 2 and Cabal Crystal Runner times 2, you're in a very good spot. Sorry for the stutter there. So that's the deck. We're going to queue in. We're going to play probably 2 games. Win or lose, I'll record them, and then I'll probably share a game with my big Shaman that's been overperforming. It's been a lot of fun, I'll say that. And you guys can make with it what you will. Make of it what you will. Make with it what you want to, as far as like deck building and stuff. The codes to both decks, if I do choose to put the big Shaman deck in this video, will be in the description to the video. Make sure you drop a like and a subscription if you liked and want to subscribe, and come back next week, and we'll see for next week what the video next week ends up being about. Hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, hop into some games. Alrighty, everybody. So we're queuing in for game number 1 with my secret Mage. This is a list that I have not played this exact version yet, and I really like the build. So I'm hoping that we find a matchup that is interesting. It doesn't need to be a winnable matchup or like a winning matchup, but it would be cool if we found a hand like this. Yes, please. I've been seeing more even Shaman than big Shaman, and more, well, obviously no big Shaman plays big Shaman, I'm sorry, more even Shaman rather than Shutterwalk Shaman is what people are normally playing if they're not playing even. Let me quickly pull up the deck tracker, and then we'll get the game going. You guys unfortunately won't be able to see. I haven't been able to figure out how to get deck tracker to work for you guys when you're watching stream and when I'm like recording videos and stuff, but I need to be able to see it to track the game. Anyway, we have Fireball, Medivh, Rigged Fair Game, and Contract Conjurer. I really want this Contract Conjurer. I want to go coin Rigged Fair Game, so we're going to chuck the burn, try to find it later. Deck Tracker's being finicky, so I'm just going to fidget with that briefly. Hopefully it pulls out. Double Rigged Fair Game is really awkward. It's never going to proc. I kept 1 because if you find like Anonymous Informant, it lets you get the Contract Conjurer out on turn 3 really consistently. If we found like any other secret, right? Sketchy Stranger's pretty good. We're gonna coin Anonymous and maybe the Rigged Fair Game procs. And then if it doesn't, we get a Contract Conjurer on 3 because he's never letting it proc after turn 2. Let's see if I can get the deck tracker to function. It's been really weird. Like it just will not open sometimes, which is weird. And then even when it opens, it thinks I'm playing Shadow Priest right now, and it's not showing the cards. I don't know, man. I think it worked. It's really finicky. I don't know if anybody else out there has similar issues with Hearthstone deck tracker. It's always been great, and then just recently it's like kind of stopped working. So we did draw with the Rigged Fair Game, which is a little bit annoying. We won't get the Contract Conjurer out. We do get to contest his board. We get, what do we want? I think we don't want Ice Trap, we don't want Shenanigans, and a 1-cost spell is pretty good, especially one that, we're going to trade here, especially one that interacts with his ability to kill us, right? So it thinks I'm playing Shadow Priest, and I need to like convince it that I'm not. And it's very convinced that I'm playing Shadow Priest, the deck tracker. Yeah, it's just not gonna. All right, so I'm gonna put it in no deck mode, which allows me to see the cards that I've played and the cards my opponent has played, but nothing more. I could use an Explosive Rooms. I think I'm supposed to do this and just kill the. Pretty sure I have to kill this, right? Actually, I'm going to do this to get through the taunt and leave up the 0-3. It's a risk. It's a risk, and I think it's going to pay off because we have a Chatty Bartender. If he doesn't damage us, which he's going to. Unfortunately, he is going to damage us here, so the eye for an eye only really allowed us to dig through the taunt. However, we have Explosive and we have Rigged Fair Game. So over the next few turns, we can set up with a Rigged Fair Game into an Explosive to play the Cabal Crystal Runner and the Contract Conjurer. That's not good. I mean, he takes 6 damage, but that's not relevant, right? He just always goes face. He trades and then goes face. What? That's so good for us. Ooh, Flame Ward. We get to win, guys. We won. We're gonna play probably play out the Flame Ward and then play. Do we play the Contract Conjurer, Cabal Crystal Runner? Am I supposed to go like Chatty Bartender pass? I think I am. I think that's the best play, right? It just clears the whole board. I mean, it basically wins the game on the spot. And then when he attacks face with the 5/2 or trades into the 4/4, better for us. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like a win. I really wish Deck Tracker were functioning, but it's being weird. So he still hasn't damaged our face. I don't know why he's avoiding that. So we're gonna play. I think we're gonna play. If I wait on the Flame Ward and he gets, so he's gonna get the 5/5 or the 8/8, and that's bad. I think I want Explosive to deal with the 5/5, and then I'm very likely playing both of these. And a Mad Scientist. Positioning shouldn't matter. Alright. I think we win, and I think it's because he didn't play around the Chatty Bartender and made some weird trades like on turn 4. I think we're fine here. That was a gamble too, because people usually run 2 counterspells. This could be counterspelled very easily. I mean, I guess he's preparing to be able to buff his... This could be Flame Ward. You test Flame Ward first, right, if you're going face. So I guess he's double trading into the 5/5, assuming it's not Oasis Ally. Now he has the information that it's not a Mage secret. It tells me he's going to misplay this. Like attack with the 5/2 before he attacks with the 4/2. You attack with the 4/2 first? Okay, yeah, fair enough. Trade and then go face, maybe. You would attack with the 4/2 first in case it was Redemption. Not Redemption, I'm sorry. What's it called? I don't have the secret tracker up because obviously it's my secrets. I should know what they are. But the Paladin secret Reckoning. Sorry, that when a minion deals 3 or more, it dies. So we're going to trade the 2/2 into the 4/2. Ping off the 3/1 that's resultant. And then we want to play a Flame Ward. We already used a Rigged Fair Game, so is it Flame Ward? I want to get this Contract Conjurer down. I guess I could Rigged Fair Game, actually. Rigged Fair Game. And we want this to die in the trade. And unfortunately, he gets a big minion out of it. He gets a 3/1 boost, ping that off. I'm going to play the Contract Conjurer. We're going to ping here. And that's going to be the turn. I think the Contract Conjurers just carry the matchup. Like, if you get them down, they're so good. I was even running Duplicate when I first saw Contract Conjurer. I was like, this card is the card that carries the deck, and I ran Duplicate in my previous builds of the deck, but I think Duplicate's too bad generally that like you wouldn't want to run it. So what are my secrets even? They're good. They're Rigged Fair Game and Explosive. Yep, that's a good little secret there. And we can Flame Ward, and when he attacks, oh, that's not good. Gotta kill that. Means I can't kill the Flame Tongue Totem. I could still lose. Game's not over. He hits taunt here. He's really, really happy about it. We gotta kill Eyesore. Objection is good. You have to put Flame Ward up. I think we're putting Flame Ward and a Mad Scientist up. We do have a Counterspell in the deck. Just checking the secrets. We have a Counterspell in the deck. And another Objection. I really want to play Objection. He only has 2 cards, though. I think we have to play Flame Ward, right? Surely we have to play Flame Ward. So Flame Ward. I could just jam Objection. I can't ping, but I'm not really pinging anything anyway. We're killing off the 1/3 and the 2/3. The 2/4, I mean. I think it's just Mad Scientist for the minion, right? And just ping face. I don't think we need Objection. Not as much as we want a minion here. Gotta kill the minion there. Ping face. We're gonna take... What? If he has healing and doesn't go face, he probably wins. If he just like heals out of range or copies his minions and then waits and heals out of range. He needs exactly healing totem, but it's pretty likely. 1 out of 3 if he high rolls it now. If he plays this right, I think he can't lose. He has 2 chances, right, to hit healing totem. He didn't hit the healing totem, so that's good. Excellent. If he goes face here, he loses. If he trades, he probably wins, but if he goes face... No one was Flame Ward, right? It's never Flame Ward. Okay, that's annoying. He's not going to go face, guys. I need to hit Chatty Bartender. Why? He must not be going face at all. I think he'd want to push some damage face. Maybe not. Questionable order. And he attacked with the 4-3. Well, this is why I'm favored into even Shaman as Secret Mage. Because I run Flame Ward and they don't expect it. We play Counterspell, Objection, and Pin. I mean, there's no other option, right? We just play all the cards. If that's our last secret, no, I could be wrong. There might be another Objection in the deck. There's not. I'm trying to think. I'm not running Ice Block. Yeah, that's all our secrets. There's one more Objection, maybe. I think we're all in on the secrets, though. Which is unfortunate. Objection on a good card. Love to see it. He's never letting this Rigged Fair Game proc. I mean, he has one card. He doesn't really have card draw that I'm aware of. I don't think we have a secret in the deck. And if it is a secret, it's actually Objection. It's worth thinning the deck if we have it. We just have to do it's Objection. Okay. I need the deck tracker for this deck, man. I swear to God. It's so hard to pilot Secret Mage without the deck tracker. Especially when I change my list so often. By the way, keep an eye on my Twitter. It's twitter.com/glare_HS if you want to see my my deck list as I make them and post them. I probably post 3 times a week on average. We're gonna lose this game, probably. Maybe not though. It depends if he has a play here. Yeah, that's not a good play. If he had a play that was like a 1-drop and then he might have the. Oh wow, okay, that's not good. It's bad for us. Not think it's a bad play or anything. We definitely play Anonymous Informant, and we're definitely trading here. Unfortunately, we have to trade and we have to ping. We have no more spells in the deck, no more secrets in the deck, so Mad Scientist is doing nothing. We have another Chatty Bartender. So long as he doesn't proc these secrets, we need him not to proc Rigged Fair Game, like vote the Rigged Fair Game proc, and we need to avoid getting counterspelled. Or counterspelling his, Crackle is the best play you can make, I think. Wow, is he not going to go face? Do I get my Rigged Fair? Oh man. That's lame. We don't run Ice Block either. Yeah, we're just going to die now. Wow. Alright. Well, this didn't go well, but lesson learned. We didn't draw the Fireballs. We didn't draw Chatty Bartender. We did get both Contract Conjurers, and he had a Wind Chill from Sleepbreaker. I think that won in the game, having the Wind Chill from Sleepbreaker. We're not actually dead technically, but he's always dealing damage face, so we never get to draw. I'm not going to concede, but it's over. If I was running Ice Block, I'd be like, sure, we just draw a Fireball, right? Fireball could be the next 2 cards and we just die. I mean, I can Fireball the 6-4 and he only has 1... Actually, if he goes full face here, doesn't roll a... I know, but he has the permanent buff to the... Yeah, he goes full face here, puts us on 1. We roll... No, it doesn't even work. The Chatty Bartender doesn't even do it because he has the other weapon. He should have attacked with the 1-3 weapon, probably. Maybe not, though. Maybe he's... Is he trading here? I'm sorry, what? I have a chance now. Had I drawn Fireball? No, I was still dead. Never mind. Okay. That's lame. Rigged Fair Game counters, but yeah, we just lose. Okay. On to game number 2. We're 1 damage off killing his board here. I think we drew in the wrong order. I think that's the takeaway from this game, is we drew in the wrong order. And let me see. What else? We drew in the wrong order, so no Fireballs top 15. If we had 1 Fireball, we would have been able to kill we'd been able to kill the minion that he just had there, the Stone Right, and then we would have been able to, from there, the Bartender would have just carried the match, right? Because he misplayed by he misplayed by playing into Chatty Bartender plus Fireball. Had we had both of those, actually needed both cards. I don't think he could misplay, except by disconnecting after that last turn when we didn't draw the turn before we drew the Chatty Bartender, we had to draw Fireball, and then we had to draw Chatty Bartender, and then maybe we could get there, given that he attacked into our face less than he could have. Right? He didn't push that extra 2 damage. All right. Well, this was an unfortunate loss, but it kind of shows the strengths and weaknesses of the deck, right? We were able to see a Flame Ward kind of not win the game, but a pretty spectacular Flame Ward. And obviously we didn't draw the cards in the right order. The opponent found a lot of good cards. They discovered an Eyesore. That actually won the game. The Eyesore buffing their early board, although they kind of misused that. Like they did play into the Flame Ward. Anyway, that's game number 1. Like I said, probably one more game of Secret Mage, and then a game of Big Shaman. If you guys want to see Big Shaman, it's going to be further on towards the end of the video. If I do end up putting Big Shaman in this video, I'll probably put in a note here when I'm done with the video, like right here, just saying this is the timestamp or whatever, if you want to go to the Big Shaman game to like skip past the Secret Mage games. Anyway, game number 1. That was fun. I wish it had gone a different way, but these kind of games against like unfavored are always pretty fun. We really rely on Flame Ward in that matchup. They have a very consistent, more consistent than us. They have a more consistent game plan, right? Because we have to draw the secrets and we have to draw the support for the secrets, and they just have their button that they push and the weapon that they're looking for. So anyway, stick around. We'll do one more Secret Mage and probably a Big Shaman game. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, everybody. So we're queuing in game number 2 of Secret Mage. Hopefully a little bit of a better matchup than the one against even Shaman. It's probably always going to be tough. They just have such a consistent game plan, and we're on the defensive the whole game. Alright, Rogue. I think I know this guy. I think he was Pirate Rogue last time I played against him. If he's like Pillager or Miracle, that could be bad. I do like hands containing Mad Scientist, but if it is Pirate Rogue, Mad Scientist into Contract Conjurer is nuts. He can't avoid killing the Mad Scientist, right? Like if he wants to do a cannon turn, he has to kill Mad Scientist a lot of the time. I think I want the Mad Scientist Contract Conjurer. I don't know if you guys could hear that in the background. My microwave, excuse me, just beeped, and I'm gonna have to go grab my dinner. I'm heating up some cold food. So anyway, distraction in IRL, right? Anyway, that's our turn 1. Hopefully, he's not Miracle. We're not playing Ice Block, so they just make a huge Edwin and we die. Looks like probably Pirates. Yeah. Cool. So we have Explosive. This is a matchup that I usually win, that I have been told is not favored. I've certainly had success as Pirate Rogue against Secret Mage, played at low rank. So I think I'm slightly favored from the Mage side and highly favored from the Rogue side, which is really interesting. Like I'm the same person, right? But if I queue into somebody playing Pirate Rogue versus playing this could be a Flame Ward, and then we win. It's Explosive. It could have been a Flame Ward. If it was a Flame Ward, man, the beauty of it, if only. This is a scary board. So we're gonna play Explosive. It might be rigged fair game, actually. This game might be over already. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it has to be Shivering Sorceress and then Explosive, right? Or rigged fair game if it hits. We just hope it hits Explosive. Okay, rigged fair game. Well, that's not good. We need Flame Ward in this matchup, and the Mad Scientist messed up, and we didn't get Flame Ward. This might be a fast game. If it is a fast game, I will probably still switch over to Big Shaman after this one. We do 2 games of Big Shaman if it's a really fast game. Like if this is just the whole game, is us losing to a Pirate Rogue opponent. If we can find Flame Ward off the top, it isn't over. But it's pretty over. The great thing about Pirate Rogue, and the reason it's more favored, okay, we just lose. All right. The reason Pirate Rogue is more favored into Mage when I'm playing Pirate Rogue than Mage is favored into Pirate Rogue is you can just get them down to 10 and then your weapon just wins it. And also you have the insane cannon turn that kills them on turn 4. So that was a quick game. No hard feelings. It's Pirate Rogue. It happens. I've done it to people. They've done it to me. It's part of the meta. I think I'm going to swap over to Big Shaman for a game or two, and then that'll be the video for this week. Keep an eye out, by the way. I might be doing a bonus video on Magic the Gathering Arena. There's some new content dropping tomorrow, technically today. I don't know exactly what time, but it's Tuesday where I live. So Brothers War is dropping, and I want to do some content for Magic the Gathering. So keep an eye out. If you like the MTG Arena type content, let me know so that I know to continue to put that content out. And hope you guys enjoy watching me hopefully win a game with Big Shaman. Thanks for sticking around. Alrighty guys, so we are going to talk a little bit about Big Shaman. I think this deck is ready to make a comeback. No Lightning Bloom, but it still has the broken Neptulon and Glug, and you cheat them out really effectively. This deck is feeling really good. So I am currently 0-2 in this video. We had a pretty devastating loss against a Pirate Rogue right after a pretty devastating loss against an even Shaman. That's just kind of what the meta is. By the way, I said earlier I went to the microwave. I had to go to the microwave to grab my Hot Pockets. Not sponsored. Please sponsor me, Hot Pockets. Looking out. Anyway, got my Hot Pocket, and we're back, and we're ready to do some more Hearthstoning. I hope you guys over at Hot Pockets do notice that I am just trying to sell your product. Anyway, whatever. Jokes aside, Big Shaman is a fantastic deck. I've had a lot of fun with it. It is probably strictly worse than Big Priest, although we do have the fact that we can Ancestors Call out opposing minions, like it's a combo killer. You have Ancestors Call Devolve and Ancestors Call Frostbite for like pesky cannons, for example, or whatever minion you need to kill that has 3 health, or the Frostbites can go face. Pretty flexible. Scalding Geyser can also go face or help you complete a Frostbite, and it has the normal suite of broken high cost cards that you cheat out with Eureka and Ancestors Call, Muck Morpher. My choice right now is Scrapyard Colossus ×2, and then Neptulon, Glug. Obviously the other minion is Muck Morpher. I do run 2 Lightning Storms. Again, we saw a lot of the meta for me right now is currently, unfortunately, a lot of aggro. So I just have to be able to beat aggro. Same with Perpetual Flame, and I'm tutoring these cards with Investment Opportunity. If you get Investment Opportunity in the opener, it's really good. So I'll be sharing this list in the description of the video. I said earlier that in the video during the Secret Mage portion, I did mention I'd put the codes to this deck as well as the Secret Mage deck if you guys want to try the decks in the description of the video, and that you should like and comment on the video if you have not already done that. And yeah, I'm gonna queue up a game, probably just one game with this deck. If it goes well, it's really funny. You just kind of win, right? Because you can get the Ancestors Call going on turn 3 sometimes. It's not as explosive or as broken as it was when Lightning Bloom cost 0 and didn't. It wasn't just refresh. It used to be you could gain mana past. It was like coin. You could get like 5 mana turn 1 and play a Muck Morpher turn 1. It was really silly. I think it's still a solid tier 2 deck though. I would put it up there with like, what would I compare it to? I mean, it kind of fills a slot that's not really being used right now, right? Like Big Priest is tier 1 probably. It's just slightly worse Big Priest that has interaction with the opposing hand, so sometimes it's like utility better than in some scenarios, like where you need to pull an opposing minion. Obviously neither deck can run Theotar, neither deck can run Big Shaman can't run, Dirty Rod, it can't run Mutanus, so So you run Ancestor's Call and it does a similar thing. Anyway, deck's really fun. It's more of a high roller deck if you want to play like you know, slots, but you're not old enough to, or whatever. If you want to play a really fun Hearthstone deck, this deck is that deck for me right now, and I hope you guys enjoy this segment of the video as much as I have recording it. All right, again, everybody. We are queuing in with that big Shaman deck I was just talking about. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this video. I'm sorry that the winds haven't been pouring out, but that's okay. We are looking at a pretty good hand. Eureka plus Scrapyard against a Mage is pretty good. Playing a Shock Ancestral Spirit. Probably don't want the Wild Hearthstone. I honestly probably don't want Eureka. I think I keep the Scrapyard Colossus and just hope we top deck one of the ancestors. What's it called? Whatever the 4 costs. I'm sorry, I don't know all the cards in the game by name. The 4 cost. The card we didn't draw, unfortunately, but the one that would get me a Scrapyard Colossus on turn 3 with the coin. Ancestor's Call is the name of the card. Anyway, hand's looking pretty good against a Secret Mage, which is probably what he's playing. Leftmost card was mulliganed. Things are looking okay. This is a devolve turn for sure. Hopefully nothing good out of that. That's pretty good for him. He's pretty proud of himself. Good for you, friend. That's actually very good for him. Fortunately, we won. We just hero power here. And then coin to test, and then unfortunately objection on Muckmorpher would be pretty bad, but if he doesn't have coin, counterspell, or objection, we're probably fine. That's weird. The deck tracker is showing me the secrets it can be, but it's not showing me the deck that I'm playing or the opponent deck. Deck tracker's being really finicky recently. That's a pretty good opener for the opponent. If we can get Neptulon, I think we win. Neptulon off of a Muckmorpher that does not get counter minioned. That's good. That means we don't get this counter minion, and we can play. Probably gonna play Bracing Cold after a Scalding Geyser. I could play the Lightning Storm. Actually, play the Lightning Storm and Scalding Geyser. I like that. Scalding Geyser, see what we get. He might get a Reach Bear game here, which would be unfortunate. I like Reincarnate a lot more than Scrapyard Colossus because we want the Muckmorpher to give us Scrapyard Colossus. Just always Reincarnate. Excuse me. And then I think we're just gonna gem a Lightning Storm. We overload, which is annoying, but it's probably counter minion anyway, right? Just clears his board, which is a scary enough board. I think I'm comfortable spending a resource and overloading myself next turn. Yeah, it's Reach Fair game. That's not ideal. Things are not lining up for me today. The matchups have been bad. I mean, it happens, right? We've only played 3 games and they've all been bad matchups, but it's still kind of unfortunate. He does counter number 2. Hope it does count something we want it to. It's fine. So best case, we find a Eureka off the top, and we don't have to test counter minion objection with Muckmorpher. But if we have to, we will. That's not good. I had no idea why you traded there. Oh, please. Unlucky. Okay, so that could have been like Glug and we just won the game, but now we lose. To find Eureka. Maybe I should have kept Eureka in the opener. I don't think I was supposed to, but I would have benefited from it. well, that's not good. If we find Eureka and it isn't Counterspell, there's a lot of what ifs, but I mean, with 6 health, that's unfortunate. This could high roll. I'm gonna go face with this in case it's Reef Fairgame and devolve and hope it hits something that somehow saves me. That doesn't save me, guys. Does it? And Lightning Storm? Not technically dead, but like very dead. That's unfortunate. I have objection lined up really well for the opponent. Getting Reef Fairgame into an objection was really rough. Yep, that's game. I can't recover from that, right? I'm not healing for enough. Muckmorpher. Alright. Well, this week's games didn't go the way I wanted to, but that's okay. You learn from losing as well, right? We learned a lot from the first game. Less from the second game where we got blown out by the really aggressive opener from the Pirate Rogue. And then unfortunately just everything lined up for this Secret Mage. I think that's the video. It's kind of unfortunate. We went 0-3, but I learned a lot from, like I said, the 2 games where we didn't win, but it wasn't like impossible to win. So the Pirate Road, we just weren't going to win. And deck building wise, I think the decks stand up. The Secret Mage especially, if we find anything but aggro, and we are able to lower their health total to 0, we win. Right, that's how the game works. But generally speaking, aggro is a little bit dicey for Secret Mage, because they can just like get you low enough that either ice block or your removal doesn't matter. And then obviously the big Shaman game went badly when the objection happened on our first Muckmorpher. And then they were able to build a board, and it was just over from that point. Anyway, I think I played well. I stand behind my plays in all the games. Yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, keep an eye out for a video on MTG Arena this week at some point. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been playing an Elves deck, especially in a couple of mono red burn decks. Mostly in Historic. I say a couple. I've had like different variants of that archetype that I've been messing around with, but I have less cards than I would like to have in Magic, so mostly just trying to get creative. I'm going to be buying in to probably have a couple of runs worth of gems for the new expansion, so I'll do some, when I say runs I mean drafts. I'll be doing some drafts for MTG Arena tomorrow, probably during the day, and maybe I'll post those on YouTube here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see the deck codes for these decks, they will be in the description below. And make sure you check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/Glare_HS. I'm also on Twitch every night from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. East Coast US, give or take. And I'll announce, most of the time I announce if I'm not going to be live on Twitter, but I've been live like every night for the past months. I mean, it's been like 3 months since I've missed a night. That wasn't like the couple of days I had really bad symptoms from COVID. Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later this week, or if not later this week, next week, and hopefully I see you in my stream as soon as possible. Feel free to stop by. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Gaming with Glare.